This week on Glass Break, Walter Lieberman will walk us through the process of making a Kids Design glass sculpture. Kids Design Glass is one of our favorite programs here at the Museum of Glass. I'll let Walter tell you a little more about the program and all it entails. Take it away, Walt.
Kids Design Glass is a contest for kids. Any kid can enter a drawing. Once a month, the glass blowing team picks a drawing and they make it out of glass. They make 2 copies, one for the museum collection and the other for the kid to keep. The winner of this month's contest was Walter. His winning drawing is Lowrider. Today we're going to see the team make the Lowrider. Glass blowing is a team sport. Today's team is Gabe Feenan, Sarah Gilbert, Reese Walter, and Ben Cobb. When we make the Kids Design glass, we often have to use many colors. One of the quick ways to apply a color to glass is called frit. Frit is little chips of colored glass. We roll the bubble in the little chips of colored glass. They stick to the surface, and then we melt them on, and the surface is colored. You'll note that the frit we're applying is a bright yellow, yet when it attaches to the glass, it appears to be orange. The orange color you're seeing is the glow from the heat. When this cools off, it'll be bright yellow again. Sarah is shaping the bubble up on the marver, the steel table. When we make a complicated piece like this, we make all the small parts first. We place them in an oven called the garage. The garage operates at half the temperature of the furnaces. It's hot enough to keep the glass from breaking, but it's not hot enough to make it soft. So whatever goes in there stays warm, retains its shape, and when we're ready to use it, we'll pull it out again, heat it up a little extra, and stick the parts on. So these are all the little parts of the Lowrider. The tailpipe, the smoke, the wheels. We have the artist, Walter, and his family, and they've come to watch us make the Lowrider. Sarah takes a gather. She's coated that bubble with hot molten glass. She drips a little excess off into that can. Now she's going to do what's called a strip gather. She only wants a very thin coating of that clear glass. So she's going to take the new clear glass and force it off the end and just leave a very thin coating around the color. Now she cuts off the excess clear glass. Gabe picks up the wet newspaper and he shapes the bubble up. So this is going to become the body of the Lowrider. He's checking the dimensions. Now we're going to flatten it. Is preheating a ceramic shelf. She brings it over to the ceramic shelf, and Gabe squeezes it with a wooden paddle. He takes some metal paddles called tags and shape up the sides. Glass usually wants to be round, so when you want to make it rectangular like this, you've got to coax it a little bit at a time. Now Gabe's going to heat up a small spot on the body of the Lowrider, and we're going to yank out a little bit to make part of the cab. Attach another pipe and just use it as a handle to yank out a little tuft of glass. Snip that off. Want to make something really pointy, also we have to do it in stages. So we yank it, cut it off, pull it out a little more, until it forms a nice small point. We can give it a little squeeze. The tool is called the jacks. We're making a notch in it, and that's where we'll be able to break the body of the lowrider away from the metal pipe. We attach the punty, second steel rod. We'll grab it from the back. We'll break it off the original pipe, and we'll be able to shape the opposite side. A few drops of water where we want it to break. A little tap, and off it comes. Gonna heat it up in the glory hole, make it nice and soft. And Gabe's gonna trim off a little bit of glass where we just broke it off. Get out the shears. And actually just cut it like cutting it with the scissors. Make the corrugations on the bottom a little sharper. We're about to add one of the wheels. We made the wheels earlier in the day. They've been sitting in the garage, staying warm. Now we'll bring them out and attach them. When you attach a piece, you have to heat up the spot where it's going, as well as the item itself. When you press the two hot surfaces together, they stick, and they're bonded forever. Gabe's checking the drawing, make sure we got everything right. Now we're adding what I think are pianos. So the front wheels are in the shape of a grand piano. Don't ask me why. And I think Walter told me his father plays piano. We'll trim off that excess clear. So that is the body of the driver, believe it or not. Next, we're going to put the driver's head on. Gabe heats up the top of his body. There he is. There's the driver of our lowrider. Little adjustments. And here comes Sarah with the windshield. Checking it out, see if how it fits. I'm not going to attach it right away. Just going to go back, heat it up again, make whatever little adjustments are necessary. See, squeezing the head a little bit so it's a little narrower, so it fits comfortably within the windshield. Now he's heating up the surface where we're going to attach the windshield. That torch is a propane and oxygen torch. It operates at 5,000 degrees. Now the windshield is down. Drill a little hole in the windshield whenever we have a closed volume. We try to make little holes so the air can go in and out. Now we're adding a couple of struts. Trim them. And bend them down so they're just like in the drawing. Now we're attaching the legs using little pieces called cane. Those are the guy's legs. When we do these kids' drawings, sometimes they make skinny little lines, like for these legs, that wouldn't be structural. So what we do is make a thick clear rod with a skinny little line running through it, so it comes as close to imitating their drawing as is practically possible. There's his body. Now we're going to add his arms. Gabe will make some more cane, more clear glass rod. We're going to stretch that out. And we're going to use that rod to make the arms. Here's arm number one. Two. Gabe is adding what I think are the piano's legs. Sometimes it's hard to know just exactly what the kid is intending. That's the tailpipe. I think we have two tailpipes coming. Take the torch, heat up the end where we cut it, and heat it in the middle so we can bend it. Pretty soon we're going to get the exhaust. Here's the exhaust. We're adding the rods, which are going to hold up the Lowrider sign. Cut them to equal sizes. Here comes the pièce de résistance, the Lowrider sign. We made that earlier by a process called cane drawing, where we took a little skinny rod of black glass and melted on each of the letters individually. So this is the most important part. We go for the approval of the artist. Will they like it? Okay.